Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Out of the Park Baseball 22 with the expansion Boston Blazers. And at the end of last episode, if you watched last episode, I said that I would either sim through the end of the regular season, or if we were out of it, or I would sim up to the last week or so of the regular season if we were still in the playoff hunt. And it's been a very, very, very good September for the Boston Blazers. We are 14-7 this month, and yes, we are tied for the wild card with the Miami Marlins. We are a game ahead of the Padres. All that while suffering some injuries. We lost Christian Little for the rest of the year. Jody Large is hurt again. Isaiah Jackson's day-to-day. We're still without Carter Jensen, still without Jasiak, still without Lindley, who was one of our midseason acquisitions. But we're somehow getting it done with bubblegum and chicken wire. As they say, you can see our starting rotation. Beck, Coffey, Anglesey, Jackson, and Aguirre. I had to move Aguirre back into the rotation because of the injuries. Isaac, Coffey, our trade deadline acquisitions have really done an amazing job for us. We picked up Coffey on the 25th, and he's gone 6-2 in 10 starts, a 136 ERA plus. He's been fantastic. And then offensively, Tyler Whitaker we brought on, and he's put up just over half a WAR in 56 games, but provided us some additional pop in the lineup, which is something that we were missing. So we got a week left, and we are in it. And our schedule for the next week is 3 games at San Francisco, followed by 3 at home against Cincinnati. San Francisco 73-83, Cincinnati 76-80. The Marlins, who are the Marlins playing? The Marlins are playing the Cubs and the Padres, which is awesome. Because that means those last 2 games, they're going to sort of be beating each other up. So they've got the Cubs, and then they have the Padres. The Padres have, obviously, the Marlins in the last 2 games of the season. And the Padres have the Reds. So we have the Giants and the Reds. They have the Cubs and the Padres. The Padres have the Reds and the Marlins. So that's kind of where we are. So we'll get to the end of the season here. We'll go a day at a time and see how it goes. So game 1 at San Francisco against the Giants. Is a 5-1 loss. Where are we? All right, we're still tied. Still tied. Game number 2. We need a victory here, guys. There we go. We pick up a win, but the Marlins also win, so we're still tied. Isaac Coffey again with just a fantastic outing. 8 innings of 1 run, 4-hit ball. Marcelo Meyer hits his 18th home run of the season. Game 3 at San Francisco. A 7-1 win. That's what we like to see. 85-74 now. Arenado hits his 23rd home run. Melendez hits his 3rd. Anglesey pitches 7 2/3 to pick up his 11th win. So we're still tied with the Marlins, and we're 2 games ahead of the Padres now. So we have 3 against the Reds. The Marlins and the Padres are going to be battling each other. So hopefully the Padres take 2 out of 3. If the Padres take 2 out of 3 and we can take 2 out of 3 against the Reds, we're in. So that's kind of the goal here. So let's see how it goes. We get a day off. Game 1 at home against Cincinnati. There we go. 12-6 win. We put up 10 runs in the first 3 innings. Arenado drives in 6. Viars has 2 hits and an RBI. Large 3 hits and an RBI. Beck doesn't make it out of 4, but the bullpen comes in and locks it down for us. All right, now where are we? We are still tied with Miami, so hopefully San Diego can do us a solid here over the last couple games as they're officially knocked out. Game 2 against Cincinnati is a 9-1 victory. Jody Large, 2 for 5. Cisneros, 3 hits, 2 RBIs. VR's homers. Our backup catcher, King, hits a home run. Jackson pitches 6 1/3 shutout to get his 12th win. And where do we stand now? We're still tied. Oh no. This is going to be rough. So the final game of the season. So if we get a notification, we make the postseason. We may have to be playing a game 163 against Miami to see who goes to the postseason. Let's see how the final game of the year goes. Fingers crossed. We lose. And did we get knocked out? I think we got knocked out. I think Miami won. Yep. Miami won 5 games in a row down the stretch to knock us out of the postseason. We lose, and we lose the playoffs on the final game of the year. That's disappointing. We did sign Isaiah Jackson to a new contract. Short term, big money. 4 years, $67 million. So he signed for next year at $9 million, then $19, then $20. Then he's got a player opt out. So we at least have our 2 big pitchers locked up for the next 2 years now. But yeah, that is a bummer. That is definitely a bummer. So hopefully things will look different next year. Hopefully the improvement here will give us a little bit of a little bit of fan interest here moving forward. But we finished 87-75, which was our best record so far by far. We had won 79 games in our second season, but we finally break through 87-75 this year. Injuries killed us, man. We hopefully next year things will look a little different, but Peyton Puckett, over 5 wins, 44 home runs, 125 knocked in. He was terrific. Jody Large stayed relatively healthy and put up 4 WAR in his best season. I expect that average to climb over 300 next year. I really do. With the 100 contact and the 91 gap. I mean, he should be hitting 330 with 20 home runs. So hopefully next season is that jump. Tyler Whitaker was really good. I'm looking forward to getting a full year out of him. Arenado was fine. Well worth the money we paid him. Next year's the final year of his contract. He will probably not be re-signed. In fact, we may end up trading him if we can during the season. VR's took a step back this year. Wasn't terrible. Still put up 122 OPS. Took a bit of a step back compared to last year. Walked more. A little bit less power. The average was down, though, and that was really the difference. So Marcelo Meyer came in and did a great job. He finally gave us some consistent offense from the shortstop position and was really fine at short. Cisneros, I don't think he's going to be quite as good as we thought he was when we got him in the Rule 5, but still, I mean, 361 OPS, out of our leadoff hitter, I have no problem there. Melendez isn't our starter. He's going to be our catcher, our backup. Parker Meadows is going to start to get expensive next season. I think his ARB number was like $4 million, so we may end up moving him because we've got Josh Farmer who can play all 3 positions and is locked up, is under our team control here for a while. Macalino came up. He will be our backup infielder next season. He'll back up at all 3 infield positions. Sal Stewart will back up at first, and we'll get him time in left and right so that he can back up there, so we can have that flexibility. And then Franklin Hernandez, I'd like to get him a shot. I just don't know where he's going to play. Maybe we can have a bench of Hernandez, Stewart, Farmer, and then our backup catcher. That might work. But all in all, it was by far our best offensive season. Pitching, it was weird because pitching is normally the strength of our team, and this year they were not great, really. I mean, Coffey was really good. We're not going to be able to re-sign him, unfortunately. He was really good for us. 7-2 with a 3.01 ERA and 11 starts. I mean, couldn't have asked for more out of him. Anglesly is doing a really solid job. We got him from Australia back in 2026, and he put up 3 WAR, pitched 190 innings. Isaiah Jackson just continues to strike out a lot of. His ERA spiked this year, but still struck out a ton of batters, still put up almost 3 wins, so we're good with him. Wilfredo Aguirre, we're going to have to figure out what we want to do with him. It just doesn't seem to be clicking as a starter for him. Part of that is his stamina, but his ratings are so good that I want to continue to give him a shot. Hauser continues to do really, really good work as a swingman for us, primarily out of the bullpen, but when we need him to start, he's doing a great job. Cotton game was fantastic this year, 105 strikeouts in 76 innings. He was great. Back again as a swingman, as kind of that one of those last players in the bullpen. He's fine. He's versatile for us, which is huge. And then the rest of our bullpen was okay. Meyer was pretty good, or Perez was pretty good. Francis Lopez in his rookie year had 8 wins. He was 8-0 in 25 games. Strader struggled, which was a bit of a surprise. We actually had to move him out of the closer's role because he wasn't pitching well. So hopefully next year the control spikes and we got ourselves a stud there. Heinrich, yeah, I mean, he was a starter last year. He's, again, one of those players that we can use as a bullpen arm if we need, or as a swingman if we need to. Taylor, we just called up at the end of the season. Fulton and Halverson were both pretty bad. So yeah, I mean, it was by far our best year. I'm not going to complain. We made a huge run down the stretch. We got behind the 8 ball, right? April and May, we were 23 and 29, but the last 4 months of the season, we were one of the best teams in baseball. So I'm hopeful that we can carry that over into next year. So speaking of next year, I'm going to go ahead and sim ahead to the end of the playoffs, and we will get to the offseason. So I'll be right back. Okay, it is the postseason, and we lost to the team that lost to the team that won the World Series. Does that make sense? We will take a look here quickly at the standings and the playoffs and the playoff tree. So we lost to the Marlins, who then beat the Braves and beat the Nationals. They then lost to the Cardinals in 7 games in the NLCS. The Cardinals went on to sweep the Astros. So the St. Louis Cardinals are your 2028 World Series champions. So we lost to the team that lost to the team that won the World Series. So if there's any consolation, there's that. So we've got some stuff. I don't know if we have any money. We don't have any money, so we're not going to be able to do a whole hell of a lot. We will bump ticket prices again. I'm hoping that the year that we just had will allow us to generate some fan interest. Season goals. He's happy with that. We didn't improve our stolen bases. He's happy with our attendance increase. Let's see. Yeah, he's not thrilled with what we're doing, but it's fine. $75 million payroll, which actually is up, so that's a good thing. We have the number 10 prospect in baseball in Jim Ferruzza. He'll likely be up next year. And yeah, there's not much there that we need to attend to, so we can get right into arbitration. Whoa, there's a lot of arbitration. Okay. Let's sign the ones that are, I guess, obvious. So Aguirre wants 1-2, so we'll offer him 1-1-5. Anglesly only wants $1 million. Wow. Okay. And this is where we can save a little bit of money. There's a ton of arbitration numbers, so even if we're only saving 50 or 60K on each one of them, it adds up when you've got 20 players that you need to offer money to. Someone like McCade Brown, though, it could be the end of the road for him. I mean, we could use that $1.7 million elsewhere. Is anybody interested in him? Wilzer Barrios. He's a 2-star. He's making the league minimum, which, I mean, we don't really need him, though. I mean, nice slider plus fastball, fringy stuff makes up for. Maybe. Does he have an arbitration? No, okay, so he's just a minor league free agent. All right, I think this is the end of the line for McCade Brown. Yeah, I'll readdress it here in a minute once we get through everybody else. Cotton Game wants 1.995, so we'll offer him 1.9. Hauser wants 1.3. Offer him 1.25. We get Jasiak back, hopefully next season. We will offer him 9.65. Marcelo Perez had a nice year and only wants $1 million, so 9.65 there. Strader wants 9.50. Again, it's 35 grand here, 40 grand there. Over the course of a year, it adds up. Okay. So Carter Jensen wants a long-term deal. What? We'll come back to that. We will come back to that. Compton, we're done. We will withdraw the offer to him. And everybody else we need to re-sign. So let's just quickly look at salaries and Carter Jensen. So 1.3, 2.3, 2.7. He wants a long-term deal, but not for that kind of money. I would do 5 years. And I would do 1, 4, 7, 10. He's probably not going to take this because this is significantly less than what he was asking for, but he will. Okay. So, yeah, this feels like a good deal. It's cheaper this year. It's a little bit more expensive, and it gets a little more expensive. But if he stays healthy, that seems like a pretty solid bet. All right, so now VRs. These guys all want long-term contracts. Okay, Puckett doesn't. Puckett wants 4.6, so we should be able to offer him 4.5. Not ready to sign him long-term. I guess I would, but Sal Stewart only wants 8.50. That's a no-brainer. 8.25. Meyer wants 3.8. 3.8 for a 25-year-old shortstop. Can we get you for 5 years? 3.5, 5.5, 7.5, 9.5, and 8.5. You take that? No, he only wants the 1 year deal. Okay. He wanted what? 3.8. So we should be able to offer him 3.650. Or is it going to be 3.7? Yep. Okay, 3.65 is fine. Cisneros only wants 1.6. Cisneros could be battling for a position with Ferruza next year. Okay, Large wants 5. Meadows wants 2.4. Whitaker only wants 2.18. So 2.1. Feels safe to me. And then Large wants 5. He wants a long-term contract. What does his financial situation look like? How many more years do we have him for? Just next year and the year after. Okay. My issue with him is that he always gets hurt. But he is only 26. So if we can do something like that, and he wants... he can't possibly want to take that, right? He will. Wow. Okay. 4, 10, 15, 20. I'm good with that. Again, it's a health thing, but that feels like a pretty good deal for a player that has a ton of talent. So VRs, I think we're going to hang 1 year with VRs for now. 5.100. I don't want to, I'm not crazy about the idea of paying long term for a first baseman. And he's had, 2 years ago, or last year he was really good. This past year he was just okay. If he could put up, another year like 2027, I would be okay signing him long term, especially given the leader loyalty and everything else. Now, Parker Meadows, I think we move on from Parker Meadows at this point. We're going to have a log jam in the outfield, so I think we may just end up non-tendering him. It's a bit of a surprise. Yeah, we're going to non-tender him. Interesting. Okay. Wasn't anticipating that, but that frees up a little more money. And then are there any... I would love to bring back Isaac Coffey. We can't afford him. We just can't afford him. We'll see what happens at free agency. Maybe we can bring him back at that point. Anybody here we want to re-sign? Brady Council, no. Kevin Maldonado was a trooper for us in our first couple of years. Yeah, I think we're just going to let these guys walk. All right, so that is it for arbitration. I'm going to sim up to free agency, and we'll see what the future holds. Be right back. All right, it's free agency. And we won somewhat. Well, first of all, we signed all of everybody that we offered a contract to, and look what it did to our fan interest. Our fan interest jumped from a 70 up to an 89. So if we look at our salaries, starting next year, it jumps up over $100 million because we've locked up. We locked up Jackson, we locked up Little, we locked up Large, Carter Jensen, Puckett, Whitaker, and Meyer are kind of the next three, I think. So we'll have to see how this goes. Arenado's up after this year. What does he want to come back? Yeah, he wants a lot of money. I can't afford to bring him back for that kind of money. So we may just have to let him walk away. We will see. We still have no money to spend. Our team payroll is only $75 million, and we're at 90 something right now, right? What are we at? We're at 79, right? We're at 79 right now, and our team payroll, the budget that we were given is 75. So, awards, we won, I believe, a couple of awards. If we look at the Gold Glove winners, you can see the American League there. You can pause it if you want. National League, Gore, Realmuto, Mendoza, Watson. There's Arenado again, Lindor, Fairchild, Bader, and Harper. For Arenado, how many is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 14. The 16-time Gold Glove winning third baseman, Nolan Arenado. 16-time Gold Glove winner, Nolan Arenado. Reliever of the year in the AL is Luis Martinez. And in the National League, Braxton Cottongame wins the Rolaids Relief Pitcher of the Year. Platinum stick in the AL. You can see the names there. In the National League, Isaiah Jackson wins it at the pitcher position. Peyton Puckett wins at second, and you can see the rest of the teams, or the rest of the names there. Mitch Wallace, the Rookie of the Year in the AL. In the NL, it's Bobby Stewart. Chris Woodward wins the Manager of the Year in the AL. Manuel Barrios in the NL. Luis Sanchez, Pitcher of the Year in the American League. In the National League, Bobby Stewart. So he wins the Rookie of the Year and the Cy Young. AL MVP goes to Rowdy Tellez. 54 home runs for Rowdy. And in the National League, Francisco Lindor. Peyton Puckett got himself a first-place vote. Finishes third behind Lindor and Bellinger. So, posted players. I think it's gonna be a pretty slow offseason. We just don't have the money to really throw around. So, maybe we can make a couple trades, but Matt Olson files for free agency. Ooh, Matty Olson. International. We got any prospects here? Herman Huischuer. That's a name. Out of the Netherlands. Meh. Okay. Free agents that we aren't going to be able to sign. Realmuto, Mekhi Backstrom, Ivan Herrera. So we got some catchers. Vasquez, Vlade, McAble, Freddie Freeman, Luis Robert, Thomas, and Matt Olson. I don't know that we're going to make a lot of moves here. So I think what we do is, we take a look, and we want to have Ferruzza up. I think it's time for Morrissey he's only 23, so it wouldn't kill him to spend some more time in AAA. Bailey's going to come up. Walco has to go on the 40-man. Call him up to AAA. Tim Edwards, I think that bat gets him a call up to AAA as well. We will disable the promotions so the AI doesn't do something dumb and send him back. Bert Schwer was one of our Australian signees, and he was dominant in rookie ball, so I called him up to AA. Ed Farrell, he needs to go on the 40-man, and realistically, we're going to put him on the active roster, and he will get to battle it out. Antonio Anderson, 23 years old, he's ready to go up to AA, as is Thomas White. Both of these guys are ready to go up. We will disable AI promotion there, and we will call them both up. Doug Bissonette, we're going to lock his promotion, but leave him there. He was a late-round pick who is developing quite nicely. 15th-round pick, developing quite nicely. Teddy Naughton was another one of our Australian finds. We got to put him on the 40. Josh Peppel was our number 1 pick last season. That control is stagnated, but the stuff and movement are nice. So hopefully he develops more. Seb Budd, he hasn't been particularly good. And then John Emery, I believe, was our first-round pick this year. Yeah, and he's coming along well. So, all right. Just wanted to make sure there was nobody that needed to be on the 40-man that wasn't. And I think like Wes Burton shouldn't be. I mean, if I do this, it should call him up, right? Did it call him up or did it leave him in? No. Where is he? Where is Wes Burton? Why am I not seeing him? Am I blind? All right, I'm not worrying about it. We look at the offseason center. Are there any free agents that we want to try to clear some contract space out to sign? I don't. He only wants $1.8 million, but I don't know how I would get him. I don't know how I would even free up $1.8 million to sign him. Low work ethic, but he's coming off a 38 home run season in Oakland, which is saying something. And I don't know where I would play him, but, you sign him and flip him, I guess. Yeah, we have no money. No money at all. I could drop one of my budgets. It's not worth dropping scouting or development to pick up somebody that you're just going to turn around and trade. So we're going to run with what we have. This is our team. We are building from within, and I think we're in pretty good shape. So, yeah, I think we're in pretty good shape. So I'm gonna sim ahead. I'll sim ahead to the Rule 5 if I'm able to make it. If I make a deal between now and then, I'll show you at the Rule 5. But next time we talk, it will be the Rule 5 draft. All right, we are back for the Rule 5. I tried to make a couple of deals. But the game just wasn't having it. Nobody's interested in Franklin Hernandez or Bobby Cisneros, which is a little surprising. I offer Cisneros up, and I get literally nothing, unless that's changed in the last week. Yeah, nothing. Absolutely nothing for a 24-year-old left fielder who put up 2 wins last season, stole 15 bases. I don't know. I'm not going to worry about it. We'll just run with what we have. Has this changed? This is good to see. This is really nice to see. 33.5% bump in revenue per game. We have to play well, though. That's the other thing. We need to have back-to-back good seasons. We can't just have last season and then fall off this year, because then people will stop coming and we'll lose money. So I don't think there's anybody I need to put on the 40-man that isn't already there. Nope, I think we're good. So we can get to the Rule 5. We're picking middle of the round. We're picking 23rd. Wow, okay. And I think that's like the worst non-playoff team, I think, is where we were picking. So Let's look at pitching ratings first. Ultimately, I mean, you guys know how I do these. I go after, generally I go after bats, but, you want to take a look and see if there are any, young pitchers here that might be of some value. It doesn't appear that there are. So we're going to go to batters and, excuse me. Hopefully we can find ourselves a bat. Andre Madugno. That could be our replacement for Arenado. I mean, he's terrible defensively, but he's got a bit of a bat, so it's an option. I don't need another outfielder. Chris Arroyo, he's 24. Two-way player, but not particularly good at either. Stuart Broadbeck. He's actually not bad. Drew Burris is good defensively, but can't hit. Giancarlo Corazzi. Giancarlo Corazzari. He's already a starting center fielder in the majors with that defense. But again, I can't move the outfielders I have, so picking up new ones is just creating a further logjam in the infield. Which I guess I'm willing to do. It's just all about finding more talent for the roster. Daniel Mora. And the bat is intriguing. He's pretty bad defensively. The bat is definitely intriguing. I'm kind of liking that center fielder, Corazzari, but Robert Pueson, he never developed in this one. But again, it just means that I'm going to have to trade somebody. And, I mean, I don't know. I mean, he's that good defensively that I feel like it's worth it. I think what we do is this. I think we take Corazzari, and then next pick we take Madugno and try to draft him as trade bait. I think I'm going to do that. And we will, since we can't make any free agent moves, we will do it this way. So fans like the fact that we picked up Madugno. We're now at a 90 loyalty-wise, so that's fine. I am fine with that. Let's complete the draft. And it's really, it's all about just making sure that we have the right, and we now have 7 outfielders on our big league roster. If we have to, Veruza can start in AAA, but I don't think he has anything left to prove. They're all righties. They all bat lefty except for Cisneros. So I think it means Hernandez has to go, so that we can have at least one right-handed hitting outfielder. And if it just means that we send him down, we send him down. I mean, that's fine. Oh, we got Whitaker, too. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 6 outfielders. So one of these guys is going to have to either be traded or sent to the minor leagues. And we can't send Corazzari down. So Madugno, what do we want to do with him? He can hit against lefties, which is important, but so can Sal Stewart. And Stewart, frankly, is better than hitting better at hitting right now than Madugno. He's also better defensively. So can we just turn around and do this? Oh, excuse me. Big yawn. What about prospects? And if no one's interested in him, I may just waive him and send him back to his team. Yeah, I'm not going to... Like, none of these guys are any good. But what if we do something like that and we add... What about Madugno and Hernandez? Does that change anything? Not particularly. And there are a handful of additional options here. We can get some backup pitching depth. shortstop who can't hit. An outfielder that doesn't really solve our problems. Man, I keep yawning. Sorry. Get a catcher who's not terrible, I guess. Deshaun Walton. He bats righty, so that sort of evens out the left-right thing. He's not bad. That may be an option. Mike Holloway again, he bats lefty. I don't need another lefty bat, although, I mean, he's a two-way-ish player, I guess. Oh, excuse me. I can't stop yawning. Matthew Ossenfort. That's a fun name. Again, he's a lefty. If he was a righty, that would be the move. Devin Taylor, 24-year-old. Again, he's a lefty. Or do we just pick up a couple more bullpen arms? Pena's not terrible. I mean, could we get Pena and Delgado? Meh. I'd almost rather have Walton. Almost rather have Walton from Kansas City. So let's see here. You feel unequivocally that this... I'm sure you do. Can we get a bullpen prospect? You have any? You do. You have a couple. Baranoff. He's not bad. And Birnbaum. What about him? Offer isn't good enough, but we're close. So you want Buggins, Farrell, Morrissey, Right, we picked him from Australia too. Okay, so you actually like Baranoff more, which is a little weird. But that's fine. I'm going to take him and him. Can I get them both? We get them both, and I will give you that other center fielder, whatever his name is. Ziglinski. Sure, Mario Ramos. Let's put Ramos in there. Let's take Ziglinski out. Okay, so it is going to take, and that's fine. That's fine. He's 23. I'm fine with that. So we get a right-handed bat for our backup right-handed bat for our outfield, which is something we needed. We trade Hernandez. We trade Madugno. We didn't have any room for. Mario Ramos. We get a couple more bullpen arms, and we get a right-handed hitting Deshaun Walton, who's very good defensively and has some power. So that's good. Both of these guys will go to AAA for the time being. Disable. He'll go on the 40. And then he's designated. He's probably got to go on the 40, and then we can stick him on the injured list. It can't be used during the offseason. That's right. Okay, so that's it for the Rule 5. So now another break, and we are going to sim ahead to opening day. We will set our rosters, and we will play opening day. And that'll be the end of the episode. So hang tight once again. I'll be right back. All right, we are back one more time. It is just before opening day, and we are going to let the game play through opening day, but we've got some stuff to do before that, mainly set our roster. So we got a bunch of pitchers. We got 19 pitchers on our roster. We need to get down to 13. So Naughton, Shoemaker, Taylor can all go down. Cox can go down. We got to send 2 more pitchers to the minor leagues, huh? Halverson has to be DFA'd, which is fine. And I think Morrissey, I'm not ready to call him up yet. I'm just not ready. He's almost there. He's almost there. The control's just still a little light for me. So there's our pitching staff. We will start with Beck in the bullpen. That seems to be where he does pretty well. I'm going to put pitch counts on all of my pitchers. Hopefully that limits the amount of injuries, as Jackson is fragile. Little is normal. Anglesly is fragile. Aguirre is normal. And Lindley is fragile. So we've got some fragile pitchers, which isn't good. Cottengame is listed as our closer this season. I think he's earned that. I think I'm okay with this setup. Baronoff as a middle reliever and Beck as a long relief / emergency starting pitcher. And we'll lean on Cottengame, Strader, and Hauser as our 3 main arms out of the pen. In fact, we may do this to try to get them out there a little bit more. So I think we have to send what? We got to send 6 batters down. Yeah, so Joseph King, Wolko, Tamar Johnson, Tayshaun Walton. Those 4 can all go down. So now we got to send 2. Right? 2 down? Do I have my math right? Yep, 2 down. Ed Farrell hasn't hit yet. He's got to start in. We're going to start him in AAA. Hopefully he can hit this year. And we got to send 1 more down. And I feel like it's got to be. It doesn't make any sense to send Ferruzza down right now. With his ratings, what they are, especially against righties, man. He is so good against righties. We need to keep Cisneros up. And so Farmer's really good against righties too, though. So we're going to have some questions here against right-handed hitters. What do we do primarily? Because I don't want to keep Ferruzza out of the lineup. I mean, look at those ratings against righties. He'll never see the light of day against lefties. And neither will Farmer. So, I hate to do it, but I feel like Corazari, the guy that we picked up in the Rule 5, is the right one to go away. He's the best defensively, but has the least flexibility, I guess. And I don't think there's anybody. I think we just send him back. I mean, we can get Lucas Kelly just to get some pitching depth, which I think is probably the way to go. Yeah, we'll just send him to Chicago for Lucas Kelly. Not ideal, but I think for right now it makes the most sense. All right, so we have our 26-man roster. Let's set our lineups. Let's look at batting ratings. So we could have a unique lineup because I think against, I'd almost rather have Ferruzza out there, and I think we're going to have Ferruzza out there against righties batting leadoff, as crazy as that sounds. Our number 2, so I think we may go lefty. We go lefty, righty, lefty. I think it would be like that. Yeah, I don't want to do that, though. I want Whitaker. I think we just go lefty, lefty, righty, righty. It's not the ideal situation, but I think for the way our team is set up, it makes the most sense. Or, because we got VRs who is here as well. So, what do we want to do here? This is crazy. I think Ferruzza batting leadoff makes sense with that 97i. VR's the 97i as well. I think this, as crazy as it sounds, this makes sense. I think we put Jody Large in the 5 hole and see if he can get, see if he can drive in some runs, because we're going to have Puckett's going to hit a ton of home runs out of the 2 hole. I think that makes sense. Then we can bat our Arenado 6th. We can get Carter Jensen in the 7 hole and Marcelo Meyer in the 8 hole. I think that's the lineup, guys. That's a pretty damn good lineup. Farmer's going to start every 3rd day. That's fine. Farmer's my backup at all 3 outfield positions. We'll get him some time against righties with Whitaker. He'll start a couple of days a week. I'm good with that. Yeah, that's our lineup's pretty good, I think. So let's plug this in here. Paste lineup, and then obviously Farmer will come in as our DH. Move everybody down. We're going to be really left-handed heavy against designated hitters, but that's fine. So against lefties, we have to change this because Ferruzza is not going to play at all against lefties. What is VR's? He's still really good against lefties. So is Large. So against lefties, we can move things around a little bit. We can kind of go back the way we had it, kind of something like that. That makes sense. Farmer's not going to be playing at all against lefties. In fact, we're going to do this. Sal Stewart will get that time as the backup outfielder twice a week. He gets a couple of starts here against... he'll get lots of playing time there, and then against lefties... Oops. Let's go back here. Let's copy that. Come in here. Paste it, and then Stewart will come in as the DH. Move everybody down. Arenado move to the 7 hole. Set that up. Again, I don't want Farmer playing against lefties at all. At all. So it'll be if starter tired. Macalino can get some starts against lefties. I think I'm okay with that. Yeah, Macalino should be starting every second game against lefties. There. Cool. All right, so there are our lineups. Let's go ahead and save real quick. We will play opening day, and we'll call it an episode. So again, not a lot of off-season moves. We're going to run with what we have and see if it's successful. I think we have a really, really good balance this year of batting eye, power, and contact. And then pitching, if it stays healthy, I think we're in good shape. If it stays healthy, that's going to be the key. We haven't been able to stay healthy, so I'm not entirely sure that we're going to be able to do it this year either, but we will see. But I'm encouraged going into this year. I've said that every year for like the last 4 years with this team, so I'm not, it's not chiseled in stone here by any means. But I am optimistic about our chances this year. Hopefully this is the year our owner starts to give us a little bit more money and we can make some additions as we need it. And we'll take a look really quickly at the Australian League before we play the game. See if there's anybody available. Come on already. With the league generations and predictions. All right. So our owner expects us to play better than 500 ball. We do not have a top 10 prospect this year. Minor league system rankings. We are third, though. Buggins is the number 13 prospect. Sotomayor is 20. Macalino, Emery, and Morrissey. Okay. So let's set up the minor league systems here. I think we just sort of run with it. Yeah. I wanted to look at Australia. That's not where I wanted to go. I wanted to go here and see if there is anybody we can buy. There's a reliever who's not particularly good. I guess he's not terrible, but Luigi Haggers. Yep, a high work ethic. Let's purchase him. And this is how we sign free agents, right? We just kind of go through and we look for players that can fit a hole for us and try to make it happen. I would take Austin Blythe if all this wasn't garbage, so we will leave it the way it is. All right, so we're taking on the Philadelphia Phillies here on opening day. So let's play today's game, or watch the game being played. So they're starting a righty, so they're going to go with Leody Taveras leading off and playing center. Luis Rodriguez batting second, playing left. Alec Boehm playing first, batting third, and now 36-year-old Bryce Harper batting cleanup, playing right. Paul DeJong at third, batting fifth. Brant Baucom batting sixth and playing second. Anthony Siegler does the catching, batting seventh. Pat Green in the 8-hole playing shortstop. And Colby Frieda, 6-13 with a 4.97 a year ago. For us, it's Ferruzza in left, batting leadoff. Peyton Puckett at second. Jordan Villar's at first, batting third. Tyler Whitaker in right field, batting cleanup. Jody Large bats fifth, plays center. Arenado bats sixth, plays third. Carter Jensen does the catching in the 7-hole. Marcelo Meyer will bat eighth, playing shortstop. And Christian Little will get yet another opening day start. Disappointing year last year for Christian. 6-6 with a 4.68 ERA. Hope he bounces back this season. And let's see how it goes. We are at home taking on the Phillies. 47 degrees in Boston for opening day. First pitch is popped up on the infield. Catch is made there. One away. Luis Rodriguez grounds it to Arenado. 2 outs. And Alec Boehm hits a fly ball to right. Catch is going to be made out there. 1-2-3 top of the first. Fly ball out to left. That one's way back and gone. Jim Ferruzza, in his major league debut, hits the first pitch he sees over the left center field wall for a home run, 1-0. Puckett now pops up on the infield. 1 out. Jordan Villar's grounds it into the shift and will ground out 3 unassisted. And Tyler Whitaker grounds out to short, but we have a 1-0 lead after an inning of play. Bryce Harper bats leadoff and hits a pop-up to center. Large comes in and makes the catch. Paul DeJong hits a fly ball to right, back on it, and the catch is made out there by Whitaker. 2 down for Baucom, and he walks. Siegler strikes out, so an inning and a third in the books. We're up 1-0. There's a walk to lead off the inning for Jody Large. And that's going to be a 6-4-3 double play by Arenado. Carter Jensen is hit by a pitch. And Marcelo Meyer grounds out to end the inning. Pat Green strikes out. Frieda strikes out. Back to the top of the order in Taveras. And he laces a single to left. First hit of the game. He will get caught stealing second. Nice throw by Carter Jensen. Little leads off, strikes out, top of the order, and Ferruzza strikes out, and Puckett ground out to short. So 1-0 through 3. Rodriguez draws a leadoff walk. Boehm grounds it back to the pitcher. 1-4 unassisted, or 1-4 fielder's choice. Harper will fly out to center, and that ball is grounded to third. Arenado has it over to first for the out. Villar's leads off. We still only have 1 hit in this game, but it was a leadoff home run by Jim Ferruzza. Tyler Whitaker. There's our second hit of the game. A 1-out double by Whitaker into the left field corner. Let's get him in. Large will hit a fly ball to center. Catch is going to be made out there. So we're going to need a 2-out hit from Arenado here. And we get an error, so runners now on first and third, 2 outs. Carter Jensen does not get it done. He grounds out to second. Still 1-0 now through 4. Baucom walked last time. Here he grounds out to short. 0-2 pitch to Siegler. Strike 3. And Pat Green, 2-2 pitch to him, grounds it to third. It's going to be a 2-out double for the number 8 hitter, Pat Green. And that will bring up the pitcher with 2 outs and a runner on second. Strike 3. So we're through 4.5, 1-0. Meyer leads off and strikes out. Little comes up. He strikes out. And Ferruzza draws a 4-pitch walk. Puckett with an infield single. So 2 on, 2 outs for Jordan Villar's. Villar's will pop out to right. So another opportunity, and we don't score. So we are down up 1-0 going into the 6th. There's a ground ball on the infield, and we get him. 1-2 pitch to Rodriguez is a ground ball to first. 3 pitcher covering, and Alec Boehm. Ground ball deep in the hole. 1-2-3 sixth. So we go to the bottom of the sixth, up 1-0. Whitaker doubled last time. Grounds out to short this time. Large now with a base hit to center. 1-out single for Jody Large. There's another single. This one to right for Arenado. Large will stop at second. Carter Jensen strikes out. And Macalino in for Marcelo Meyer. And he flies out to right. So top of the seventh now, 1-0. Harper hits that one to left. Catch is made there. DeJong is going to have a 1-out double. So the tying run on first base with 1 out in the 7th inning. There's a strikeout. And Siegler hits a pop-up on the infield. Catch is made there. So we're into the stretch with a 1-0 lead here. Christian Little leads off. So he's going to be coming out for the 8th. And he gets a single. Christian Little with a single, leadoff single to left. In the dirt. So first 2 batters reach here in the 7th. That's going to be a pop-up infield fly rule. VR's now with a base hit to center. Is that going to get Little home? He hits third, and he will score. So we are up 2-0. RBI single by Jordan VR's. Here comes Whitaker. Flies out to left. So 2 on, 2 outs for Jody Large. Lefty on lefty, and Large will strike out. So we go to the 8th now, up 2. Pat Green doubled last time. He walks this time. There's a fly ball to center. Catch is going to be made out there. 1 out. Top of the order. Braxton Cottengame coming in. Taveras will fly out to right field. And 3-1 pitch to Rodriguez is another fly out to right. So we go to the bottom of the 8th, up by 2. Arenado will lead off. Grounds out to short, 1 out. Carter Jensen. He flies out, and Marcelo Meyer will come up. Oh, it's Macalino, right. Base hit for Josh Macalino. So he's 1 for 2 after coming in for Meyer. Sal Stewart pinch hits, pops out to the catcher, and we're going to go to the 9th. Up 2-0. Who's going to be coming in? Oh, they must have done did they do a double switch? Yeah, because Cottengame is still out there. And we win. We win 2-0 on opening day. Very well pitched game. 7 1/3 innings for Christian Little. An inning and 2/3 for Cottengame. Little 3 hits, 3 walks, 6 Ks. Jim Ferruzza hits the first pitch he sees into the left field bleachers on opening day for a home run. We get an RBI single from Cottengame. And we win 2-0. So good start to the season. So that's a good way to end the episode. So guys, next episode when we come back, it'll be the end of April, and we'll do the May, June, and July episode like we normally do. So I appreciate you watching, guys. I appreciate your support, and we'll talk to everybody soon. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.